Hosting milestone high-level meetings have become a tradition for Johannesburg. In 2018, the 10th BRICS Summit, and today the 20th meeting of representatives of the world's largest economies. On the red carpet are delegates from around 40 countries, almost all G20 participants, invited states, heads and experts of international institutions and regional economic organizations of Africa, the Caribbean, and East Asia. The summit of the group is being held on African soil for the first time, and therefore the needs of growing economies are at the center of the discussions.
South Africa has sought to ensure that the development priorities of the Global South and the African continent find expression firmly and permanently on the agenda of the G20. It is vital for global stability and security, alleviating resource pressures, managing population movements, and reducing the risk of conflict. We seek stability because it attracts investment, it improves planning and reduces the risk of global economic shocks. And we prioritize inclusive and vibrant markets because they are able to drive innovation and efficiency.
The G20's attention has been focused on these topics for the fourth year. As chair, South Africa consistently continues the agenda of its partners Indonesia, Brazil, and India. Therefore, consensus on the main issues was reached quickly. The declaration was adopted at the group's very first meeting. Its 122 points address the prevention of natural disasters, reducing the debt burden of low-income countries, the efficient use of mineral resources, and the development of artificial intelligence.
We have a clear commitment that these issues will be advanced beyond South Africa's presidency of the G20, and so that is an important achievement coming out of this summit with respect to how the world responds to issues of inequality.
The parties called on the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank to continue working on realistic options to support developing countries. The G20 stated that strengthening the resilience of the global financial architecture is possible through mobilizing investment.
The countries of the Global South are playing an increasingly significant role in the world economy. They dominate the structure of global economic growth and, moreover, are already creating platforms for economic development. These include technology, connectivity, and education, everything necessary for economies to grow. All this is increasingly based on and developed through institutions created within the Global South, rather than borrowed from outside. In fact, this predetermines how the entire global economy will change in the coming decades.
A separate section of the declaration is devoted to a just energy transition, and the experience of the G20 chair, South Africa, can serve as an example in this regard. The country's government encourages the development of solar energy, introduces mandatory monitoring of building energy consumption, and carries out the relevant certification.
Global investment in clean energy reached $2 trillion, 800 billion more than fossil fuels. But only a negligible proportion went to Africa. Africa should be at the heart of this clean energy revolution. The continent holds immense solar and wind potential, but lacks the investments needed to harness them. A just energy transition must also mean to entirely electrify Africa, powering homes, schools, clinics and industries, and creating decent jobs for its young people.
Dialogue without taking into account the voice of the Global South is impossible. Following the BRICS and SCO summits, the G20 has advocated expanding the participation of countries in Africa, Latin America, and the Asia-Pacific region in the work of international institutions. The summit's outcome is this: the challenges of the modern world and the goal of ensuring balanced economic development can be met only through cooperation.